The Tennessee Titans have just robbed the Kansas City Chiefs for L'Jarius Sneed, swapping 7th round picks and giving up a 3rd round pick. He's easily worth a 2nd round pick, if not a late 1st round pick. Many teams need corners. You can never have too many corners on your team. L'Jarius Sneed, I completely understand that he was a cap casualty for the Chiefs, so they needed to move him, and they only drafted him for a 4th round pick, so they're still getting a good return out of him. They got great play while he was there, and they're getting a little bit of a return, getting a 3rd round pick when they only spent a 4th round pick on him, but I believe they could have gotten at least a 2nd, if not a 1st round pick. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video. I would appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe because the channel is growing quickly. But if I'm being honest, the Titans have been balling in this free agency, getting Tony Pollard with the duo of Tajay Spears. Calvin Ridley, bit of an overpay, but at least his contract will be up by the time you have to pay Will Levis if he is the franchise guy. O-line is atrocious, but they did get a new center here, and they're probably going to draft a new left tackle, so it will be fixed. Defensively, this D-line does look pretty good. Let me refresh this. Jeffrey Simmons should be playing on the inside. I did move him to defensive tackle because I switched from a 3-4 to a 4-3 because, you know, it's my rebuild. They also got Kenneth Murray, who a lot of people are going to defend him and say he's young. Let's just say it how it is. He was a 1st round pick, and he sucks. So he's here on a short-term deal with the Titans, but for now, it is what it is. And honestly, this secondary is looking pretty nice with L'Jarius Sneed, Roger McCreary, Chidobe Awuzie, and Caleb Farley, who hasn't quite developed. A lot of people are going to say, oh, it's injuries, he's young. As of right now, it's not a good 1st round pick. People just have to start looking at picks for what they are. Same thing with Treylon Burks. I'm not going to get into the whole trade thing with A.J. Brown, but Treylon Burks here, and I know everyone's going to be like, oh, it was a different front office then. That's why I'm not getting into it. But Treylon Burks, just look at it how it is. He wasn't worth a 1st round pick. You still took him mid-1st round. He hasn't been panning out, and everyone's going to be like, oh, he's young, he has time to develop. Look at it how it is right now. As of right now, he doesn't look good. But for the rest of the team, whenever this O-line gets a little bit more repaired, Will Levis having Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears at it as a nice duo, DeAndre Hopkins, Treylon Burks, who can hopefully develop, and Calvin Ridley. And some people want to continue to talk about Malik Willis. Say it as it is. He sucks, dude. On the field, he's awful. He creates his own pressure. He just runs around, scrambles around looking like an idiot. Oh, his team's bad. This is bad. Will Levis is playing significantly better than Malik Willis has ever played in the NFL. Oh, Vic, you're just so negative. You're not giving him a chance. Da-da-da-da-da. I don't care. Like, say it how it is. Stop giving these people like, oh, they have time to develop. Unless they're like a brand new rookie like Bryce Young. I don't want to hear this give time to develop. Say it how it is. He has never looked good in the NFL. I've never seen a Malik Willis highlight in my entire life. But with that being said, Will Levis hopefully will be the QB of the future for the Titans rebuild. Last time I did a Titans rebuild with Calvin Ridley, he didn't pan out too well, so I went with a new guy. But for right now, Will Levis is going to be the guy. In the draft, I'm picking up J.C. Latham here instead of Joe Alt, which is what they should go with in real life. And the reason why I'm not doing that is because the Cardinals in this simulation took him at number 4. I can't do anything about that. I just got finessed out of Joe Alt, so whenever the Cardinals will definitely not go offensive tackle after getting, who was it, Johnson from Ohio State? You guys know who I'm talking about. The Paris Johnson from Ohio State last year. Don't think they'll go with that tackle. But J.C. Latham, he's a right tackle out of Alabama. I'm going to move him to left tackle, 95 strength, hidden dev, great skills across the board. In the 2nd round, didn't think I would get back-to-back hidden devs in this draft. Christian Mahogany, if I said that wrong, sorry, 6'3", 322 out of Boston College, 93 strength is amazing, hidden dev. Honestly looks better than my right tackle that I just drafted, but we're helping fill out this offensive line for Will Levis. Now, this is the team after the draft. J.C. Latham is still listed as a right tackle, so now I officially switched him to a left tackle. And for the rest of the team, Mahogany here is going to be a 74 overall and immediately going to be a starter. This O-line looks a lot better now after the draft. Still really young, a lot to build around here. Titans honestly have a pretty nice future, I would say. Defensively, this D-line is solid. Sebastian Joseph Day hasn't really been that good since he's left the Rams. But overall, the secondary is nice. L'Jarius Sneed, Roger McCreary, Chidobe Awuzie, Caleb Farley, and Amani Hooker. But for right now, don't expect us to necessarily make the playoffs with Will Levis. But let's see how we do at the midseason mark. We are 3-3, bottom of the division at the midseason mark. I mean, to be fair, Jaguars got Trevor Lawrence, Colts got AR, Texans got CJ Stroud. Very, very young division here, and I think this is a huge division to look forward to because the AFC South seems really, really weak 2 years ago, but the Texans with Stroud, Colts with AR, Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence, and potentially Will Levis on the Titans. This is going to be a really nice division to look forward to. For the scouting national focus, we definitely need more at middle linebacker. $105 million to spend here. Caleb Farley just doesn't want to be here, but in Madden, he's young, he has star dev, it's a cheap contract. $5 million a year. He's very athletic. I'll keep him on the team. I highly doubt he gets this contract in real life because he's been injury prone throughout a lot of his career. But for now, in Madden, it's a little bit different of a story. D-Hop is washed. He should probably retire. Terrell Edmonds, I don't really want. Elijah Molden. Everyone else here, filler players. Ryan Stonehouse, I wouldn't mind back. He just doesn't want to be here. He wants to go to California. Why would you want to pay 13% state income tax whenever you're paying 0% right now? I want to be home. I don't want to pay taxes. How about that? Traylon Burks probably not going to accept his option. We have $100 million left to spend for this upcoming free agency. 5-12, bottom of the division. Last year the Titans were 6-11. I don't think they'll do this bad. The Texans being 7-10 is kind of outrageous. Stats and awards: Will Levis, 88 pass rating, kind of blows. 26th best offense, 27th best defense. Horrible year. Will Levis, 3,700 yards, 24 touchdowns to 17 interceptions. That really sucks. I'm going to give him one more year if he doesn't develop within the next year. I know it's like, oh, you've only given him 3 years to develop. 1 in real life, 1 now, 1 the next year. If he doesn't do it in 3 years, sorry, it's a 4-year rebuild. I don't have time to develop a QB. He needs to give me numbers, dog. 88 pass rating's pretty bad as well. Tony Pollard, 10 touchdowns, 4.0 per carry is nice. He should definitely get more attempts, though. DeAndre Hopkins, 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Still producing good numbers, but I'm not going to re-sign him. Calvin Ridley, 4 touchdowns, 900 yards. You better put up these numbers, dog. I ain't paying you $90 million for nothing. Traylon Burks, solid season, probably his best in his career. 8 touchdowns, 800 yards. Kenneth Murray, 131 tackles, tackles for a loss, 18 for Sebastian Joseph Day, sacks, 8.5 for Jeffrey Simmons, 6.5 for Harold Landry, 4 interceptions for Amani Hooker. L'Jarius Sneed only with 2 interceptions. Honestly, not the best stat line I've seen from L'Jarius Sneed, but not horrible. Safeties, 1 for Adrian Key. Defensive touchdowns is 0. And the Eagles do not get their revenge on the Chiefs as they lose to the Chiefs once again. 31-34. Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. And there are no awards here for the Titans. 2024 retirements. Danico Autry, former Titan, retires on the Texans. For the team upgrades, why does Will Levis possibly get star dev here? He had below 4,000 passing yards. He had 17 interceptions and 88 passer rating. Why does he get star dev? Where is it even at? Does it even show me? What does he get it for? Did he get it like a breakout challenge mid-season? Star dev, offensive player of the week in week 14. I mean, all right, 17 interceptions doesn't really give you star dev, but I'll take it, I guess. Latham and Mahogany here. If I'm saying this wrong, please, just don't grill me. Still, star dev for Will Levis is a pretty big achievement for this team. I know it's like, oh, star dev, that's not really that huge. For my quarterback, in simulation, absolutely. Jeffrey Simmons gets X Factor, though, and there are no other upgrades on the defense. For the players who get to negotiate, I'm not going to accept the option for Traylon Burks. I'm probably going to resign him because in Madden, he's young, he has star dev, just don't want to accept the option. D-Hop is regressing into nothing. $122 million to spend in free agency. After free agency, I got L'Jarius Sneed on a 2-year cheap contract. Dicker the kicker, baby. And I got Matt Ariza here, the punt god, also known for something else. But he was proven innocent. He was actually proven innocent in court, unlike Deshaun Watson, who was just like, we all know he wasn't innocent. Anyways, let's move into the draft. So I'm at pick number 4. I don't like anything I see on the board here. I'm going to trade back to pick number 23 and get 2 first-round picks here from the Commanders. In the first round, picking up defensive end Anthony Feliciano, or Feliciano, if I said that wrong. 6'4", 270 out of Boston College, 86 strength, 81 speed, 84 acceleration. Normal dev. I'm still going to make him the starter here over L'Jarius Sneed, so that way he could potentially get star dev and get Rookie of the Year. In the second round, need a new receiver to replace D-Hop. Joey Glover out of Wisconsin, 6'3", 234, physical guy like D-Hop. Hidden dev, 89 speed, 88 acceleration. It's kind of slow, but 93 jumping, A catching, A stiff arm, B catching, traffic. Looks pretty good. He also had elite strength. 77 for receiver is great. Now, this is the offense after the draft. Glover is a 76 overall. I'm kind of tempted. No, I'm going to make him the number 1 off the rip. See how he does there. Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears, Will Levis, star dev. O-line looks great. My defensive end is only a 71 overall with normal dev. Not that good, but I'm still going to make him the starter. Don't want to start him over Harold Landry here. I want to start him over Smith, even though Smith is the higher overall. So I'm going to just do it through the depth chart. But for right now, let's move Glover into the slot. And let's move him at 1. Give him the most amount of reps. It's crazy if you do this in Madden. So actually, I don't want to cheese the system. Let's put him at the 2 for the slot. Burks can rotate with him. But for right now, let's move into the midseason. 4-2, second division. Still a highly contested division. For some reason, the Texans just suck in simulation as they're at the bottom of the division. We have a breakout wide receiver here. I don't know who it is because Madden has never fixed this glitch ever since it appeared in Madden 19. Joey Glover already has a breakout challenge. This is for a superstar dev, so we already know that he has star dev. For the scouting national focus, I'm just going to go with safety here. We have $163 million in cap room. L'Jarius Sneed doesn't want to be here because the scheme fit. Right now we're 4-2. I'm not changing it. He resigns for the next season. Tony Pollard, I mean, he's good in simulation. Well, solid, not crazy, but 3 years. Let's do that. He resigns. Amani Hooker, he doesn't like our scheme fit. If I were to pay him, I'd have to pay him around $10 million a year, which I'm not going to do because he's about to start regression at the age of 28. Traylon Burks, he's young. He has star dev. It's not that expensive of a contract for a receiver. He resigns. Kenneth Murray, he's young. He has star dev. Not that expensive of a contract. In real life, Traylon Burks, Kenneth Murray, they're not it for first round picks, but in Madden, it's a little bit different of a situation. For our tight end, young, star dev, same scenario. He resigns. Should have bet at Woozy. I wouldn't mind another year with him. He's going to want more money for sure because he wants us to win more. Wants to reconsider. I guess I'll do that at the end of the season. Calvin Ridley was on a 4-year contract. Not whatever this is. We've only used him for 2 years, so he should have a longer contract than this. Let me go change this. Roger McCrary, young, normal dev, but that's fine with me. I only have to pay him a little bit too, and he doesn't accept. Adrian Key, don't really want my center either because I can just draft another one that I don't have to pay. Don't really want Sebastian Joseph Day. He's pretty old. I'm going to accept that option. Everyone else here, I'm just going to deal with in the offseason. Coming off a loss to the Colts. We're only in week 9 right now because I got to see this breakout challenge. Only 13 points on the board. He didn't get it done. Not a surprise as we drop to 4-3 here from the Colts loss. Let's move in to the playoffs. We finished 9-8, bottom of the division, get snubbed out of the playoffs. Our offensive points per game is 24th. Our defensive points per game is number 2, and we lost to the Chargers, which snubs us out. Stats and awards, Will Levis, 77 pass rating. He's not it, dude. 16th best offense, 6th best defense. He gotta go. This is unacceptable. This 77 pass rating is garbage. That's so bad. 57% completion percentage. He's not it. Tony Pollard, 12 touchdowns, 4.0 per carry, 1,100 yards. Like that we gave him the ball a little bit more this year. Calvin Ridley, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Joey Glover, 6 touchdowns, 900 yards. Traylon Burks, whatever. Kenneth Murray, 126 tackles, tackles for a loss, 18 for Harold Landry, sacks 12 for Jeffrey Simmons, 11 for Harold Landry. And this guy did nothing. All right, I mean, 13 tackles for a loss isn't bad for a rookie, but only 1.5 sacks is not what I'm looking for. 4 interceptions for Roger McCrary and Kenneth Murray, so Kenneth Murray seems to be doing well. Safeties on the team, 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. And the Eagles beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. The Bills are apparently 0-6 in these simulations now because they're a 6-time AFC champion. That's rough for them. And Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP. And there are no awards here for the Titans. In the AFC South, Marcus Peters and Odell retires on the Colts. That's interesting. I gave Will Levis 3 years to develop. One in real life, 2 in this. 19 touchdowns to 19 interceptions is atrociously bad. We are moving on. Glover has superstar dev, though. That's nice. Defensively, Smith, I think I'm just going to start over this guy. I might have just picked a bust, but I'm glad I traded back, and now I got 2 first-round picks because of him. For the rest of the team, it looks like nobody else got an upgrade either. For the players ready to negotiate, Peter Skronsky, I'll accept Amani Hooker. I just want 1 year, give him very player-friendly, drop this down to 1 year. Sure, I'll pay. Since we have so much money, I can just completely overpay for this. He still doesn't want to play, even though I give him a huge contract. Chidobe Awuzie just doesn't want to play either. Roger McCrary, I gave him player-friendly last time. I guess I'll just do very player-friendly, which is a bit of an overpay, but I have the money to do it. So he resigns. Everyone else here, I'm not really interested in. After free agency, I got Xavier McKinnon at safety, Jalen Phillips here, who's going to be our new edge rusher. Za'Darius Smith never really got a chance for us, but it is what it is. TJ Edwards at outside linebacker and DJ Reader to help with our interior defensive line along with Jeffrey Simmons. QB Stan Barnett out of Memphis, 6'3", 223, physicals, elite strength, great throw power, solid speed, great acceleration. He looks very nice. So many A's across the board. Anyone else here? I'm at pick number 11. I also have pick number 18 because I traded back last year with the Commanders. He's 5'11". He has elite throw power. Same athleticism, really. Not as good skills, but he has a little bit more throw powers. This guy has more skills. He's going to be better for the team. What's his awareness? A to C. I don't like seeing that. I would like to see A because I know their overall would be high, which is a great contributor to the team. your awareness is A to C as well. So it's the same amount of risk here. Stan Barrett at pick number 11, top 5 prospect is what I'm going to take. Hidden Dev, 92 throw power, 89 speed, 89 acceleration, my bad, 80 speed, 93 change of direction with only 80 speed is kind of crazy. And then so many A's across the board. He's going to be the QB of the future. And with my other first round pick, I'm picking up the new strong safety to replace Amani Hooker, Devontae Barnes out of Alabama, 6 foot nothing. 222 out of Alabama, 91 speed, 90 acceleration, hidden dev, B's across the board. In this second round, getting our new replacement center. This entire draft has just been replacing. I'm replacing my terrible quarterback. I'm replacing my safety that left. I'm replacing my center that left as well. Sam Gordino, 85 overall, 85 strength. My bad. I'm stuttering over everything. 6'2", 300 pounds out of Wisconsin. Hidden dev, A pass block. Finesse, A pass block power, B lead block. Dang, I need to work on getting my words out quicker. Now this is the team after the draft. Our center is already a 76 overall. Barnett is a 72 overall. I'm immediately going to trade Will Levis. The Falcons are willing to give me a second round pick, a 7th round pick, a 2029 second round pick, which I can't use obviously. The rebuild will end before then. But I'm getting a superstar middle linebacker. Hell yeah, I'll take that. So now we just completely fleeced the Falcons. The offense is looking nice. Hopefully Barnett has a really good dev because I only have 2 years left on this rebuild. Defensively, I got to move Jalen Phillips down. Bingo, bango, bongo. That is complete. We got L'Jarius Smith as depth, DJ Reader, Harold Landry, Jeffrey Simmons, L'Jarius Sneed, Caleb Farley, McCrary, Barnes is a 75. Gray seems good. TJ Edwards going to play left outside linebacker? No, I'll just move Kenneth Murray to left outside linebacker since we already paid him. Now, this is the defense looking really, really nice here. Love our secondary. Defensive line is developing nicely. I mean, DJ Reader is regressing, but Jalen Phillips was a nice addition to the team. Specialist-wise, we're looking pretty good. Traylon Burks is going to be in the slot. Gray, I'm gonna start him over TJ Edwards. He has superstar dev, super young, looks really, really nice. Farley, let's put him in the slot. And offensively, we hope Barnett develops, but for now, let's move into the midseason. And I'm also signing a filler right tackle because our currently one is a 64 overall, and he's 5-2, top of the division with Barnett. Team ranks, I mean, our offensive passing game still sucks. The defense is kind of carrying the team. How is my defensive rush game 21st? I have great linebackers. I have a great defensive line. How is it 21st? I guess the scouting national focus is going to be defensive tackles since my D-line somehow sucks. $42 million to spend, but I don't have to pay a QB. Tajay Spears, I would like to keep on the team as a 1-2 punch. Do I want to pay him $6 million for it? Probably not. I'll just wait until the offseason. Harold Landry, that's a big contract. I'm going to wait to see the numbers that you produce, even though you did produce 11 sacks last year. L'Jarius Smith, sorry, I wasted 2 years of your career here. And everyone else are just extras that I don't want. 10-7, top of the division. We finally did what Will Levis couldn't, which is make the playoffs, coming off a loss to the 6-11 Jaguars. That's weird. Our QB is not a baller, but hey, he has a higher pass rating. That's what matters. 28th best offense, 7th best defense. Even though our defense is carrying us, at least he's not throwing double-digit interceptions, only 9 interceptions, 91 pass rating, 21 touchdowns to 3,500 yards. Tony Pollard, 1,100 yards, 1 yard shy of 1,200 yards, 4.4 per carry, 13 touchdowns. He's actually improving every year despite his age. Calvin Ridley, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Traylon Burks, 4 touchdowns, 900 yards. Glover completely fell off from last season, and Okoronkwo, 6 touchdowns. Defensively, Cedric Gray, the new trade, that's actually a pretty nice season. 131 tackles, 2 interceptions from him. Tackles for a loss, 21 from Jalen Phillips. Sacks, 10.5 from Jalen Phillips, 9 from Jeffrey Simmons, 8 from L'Jarius Smith. Harold Landry, I'm not going to re-sign him for 2 tackles for a loss and 6 sacks. I'm sorry, bud. L'Jarius Smith just outperformed you, and he wasn't even the starter. 2 interceptions for Cedric Gray and a bunch of others. Safeties on the team is 1 for Jalen Phillips. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Can we beat the 9-8 Los Angeles Chargers to move on to the divisional round in year number 3? We do, surprisingly. 17-13 here to face the 9-8 Miami Dolphins. We're both an 85 overall team. It's going to be a hard fight here, and we smack them. My God. How did my QB drop 45 points on their head? This is where we lose. We're going to lose to the Chiefs. My QB, who put up 21 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, is not going to win here, but we'll try our best against the 92 overall Chiefs. L'Jarius Sneed against his former team in the rain, and we're actually going to put the first points on the board. We shut them out in the first quarter, 7-3 right now, 7-6. Defense is the only reason why we've been here, because we've had one of the top defenses in the NFL, but the offense, it won't be able to keep up with the Chiefs offense. Come on, you got to score points, dude. 14-21. We have a chance here. First and goal for the Chiefs. I think that's going to be game for sure once they score here. Yeah, that will be game. It's going to be a 2-score game. We're not going to win this one. I didn't expect us to win it. It's the Chiefs. 21-28. Still made it a close game. The defense was holding up really well there, but then they realized how bad the offense was. They just couldn't do it. And for some reason, Mike Vrabel is still the head coach. I forgot to change it. But pretend it's your head coach, Buster Cherry, for now. But Stan Bennett, actually 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 136 pass rating. Really nice game from him overall. Tony Pollard, 3.6 per carry is unacceptable. But still, we're going to move into the 4th and final year. And the Chiefs beat the Commanders in the Super Bowl, 49-30. Isaiah Pacheco wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP. And once again, there are no awards here for the Titans. In the AFC South, nobody retires. For the team upgrades, my QB only has star dev. That's fine. We're going to have to thug it out. My center has star dev. It's fine as well. 85 overall team. Yeah, Calvin Ridley's regressing pretty badly. Maybe I sign a different receiver. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Defensively, what do we got here? Jalen Phillips is a superstar dev. That's a nice upgrade. And then Barnes is a star dev. No other upgrades, though. $64 million to spend here. I'm going to accept J.C. Latham's 5th-year option. Tajay Spears, if he doesn't want to be here, he doesn't want to be here. I'm not going to go through the hassle of signing him. Harold Landry, you're just not worth $13 million a year after putting up, what, like 2 sacks? You didn't really put up anything. L'Jarius Sneed, I honestly wouldn't mind him after the season he just put up, but he doesn't like the scheme fit. He suddenly just doesn't have an interest with the team. He liked it mid-season, but not now. And for now, $64 million. Let's try to ball out in free agency for the 4th and final year. Honestly, a super weak free agency class. So I got Taylor Decker. I'm going to move him to right tackle to fill out our offensive line, and I'm going to need to trade for a receiver. In the first round, I know I said I was going to trade for a receiver. The receiver value is so crazy that I can't trade just for an 85 overall receiver without trading 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. Clifton Jackson here out of Washington State. Normal dev, 6'2", 221. I don't even know if he's going to start, but A catching, A spec catch. In the second round, getting a new defensive tackle because apparently our defensive line was trash last year. Jermichael Pointer out of USC. 6'3", 300 pounds, 88 strength, 80 acceleration, hidden dev. A finesse moves, B play rec. In the third round, getting middle linebacker Zach Griffin out of USC as well. 6'2", 250, hidden dev, 87 speed, 89 acceleration, A's and B's across the board. Now this is the team moving into the 4th season. Honestly, if we don't get it this year, I'm still going to attempt for another year. Jackson here, I'm going to start over Calvin Ridley. Even though he has been putting up numbers, he's a 78, and I may continue after this year. So Jackson hopefully will get an upgrade. But for the rest of the team, the O-line looks very nice. Defensively, Pointers is 69 overall, nice. Griffith, man, I have so many linebackers here that he gets pushed down so far. We're going to move him to the number 2 note, though hopefully he develops throughout the season. Caleb Farley, I'm not going to put over him over Roger McCrary. Specialist, Farley, let's put him in the slot. I'm going to put Jackson in the slot as well. Everyone else here. I have Keon. When did I get Keon White? And how did I get Keon White? Did the AI just sign him? You know what? That's not bad. Star dev, he's not young. Holy shit, he aged real quick. But for the overall of the team, definitely not bad. 85 overall. If I don't get it this year, I'm going to try until I finally win. Because I don't want you guys to spend half an hour of your day watching this rebuild just for me to be like, never mind. I'm just not going to attempt. I want to finish this rebuild until I finally win a Super Bowl. But for the 4th and potentially final year, let's see how we do in the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, 11-6 top of the division, beating the Falcons in Week 18. Here to face the 9-8 Baltimore Ravens. That's a hell of a first-round opponent. Stan Barnett is a baller, 11th best offense in the NFL for the league MVP. I don't know, he's definitely not going to get it, but he places 7th there. That's really nice for him. 2nd in passing touchdowns, 5th in passing yards, top 5 QB in the league now, 11th best offense, 17th best defense. Of course, whenever my offense performs well, my defense suddenly just becomes mid. Stan Barnett, 4,300 yards, 36 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 106 pass rating is a great season. Tony Pollard, again, give this dude more attempts, dude. He needs more than 230, 900 yards, 4.1 average, 11 touchdowns. Joey Glover, 1,300 yards, 7 touchdowns. Clifton Jackson, the rookie, 11 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Traylon Burks, 800 yards, 6 touchdowns. My tight end, 7 touchdowns. And yeah, wide receiver 4s do nothing in Madden. I'm paying this dude $90 million for over 4 years for him to do nothing. Cedric Gray, 120 tackles for a loss, 16 for Jalen Phillips, sacks, 16 for Jeffrey Simmons, 11 for Jalen Phillips, 4 for Keon White. Interceptions, 4 for L'Jarius Sneed. Honestly, I haven't called his name a lot in this rebuild, probably not until now, really. Safeties, none. Defensive touchdowns, none. Now, what I want to know is, why did the 89 overall Baltimore Ravens go 9-8 here in this wild card round? We beat them 24-21. Of course, we got to play the Chiefs, dude. Someone else eliminate the Chiefs. I don't want to play them, but we get home field advantage here. Hopefully, we can win this. Here we are against the Kansas City Chiefs. 3-0 start for them. Offense does nothing, and they put 10 on the board. We finally put 7 on the board. They're going to respond with 3. We're going to put another 3 on the board. Halftime, we get ball and then immediately go 3 and out and punts. And then finally, we take the lead 17-13 against the Chiefs. Fourth quarter, 17-20. Key moments. I'll just hop in if it's third down, and that was quick. All right, 3rd and 10. Let me try and win this game. 3rd and 10. Barnett is wearing Tannehill's number. Oh, this is going to be open with Uncle 1st and 10. Get me out of this little simulation thing. Please let me escape this. Finally, thank you. Continue moments. They're going to score a touchdown. Minute 45 left. I'm going to play this. That way the Chiefs can't score. Chiefs need a touchdown. They have 3 timeouts. Hit him big, and he's going to drop the ball. Nice hit there. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs. I don't see Travis Kelce on the field. Oh, I got that. Oh, dude, come on. I accidentally hit sticked instead of pressing Y to put my hands up. 3rd and 10. That pick should have ended the game. 3rd and 10 for the Chiefs. What do we got here? I got this underneath route. He's probably going to take off, and that's another incomplete pass because of the pressure from 99 on Patrick Mahomes. 4th and 10. Of course, they're going to go for this. 4th and 10. What do they have here? Probably going to a check down. He's going to the outside. Pick that off. Thank you, Roger McCreary. Terrible read from Mahomes here. Roger McCreary to the outside. Down the sideline. The offensive lineman is going to get him, and that should be the game. The Chiefs still have 3 timeouts. Could hold us to 3 here. Red zone alert. I'm not going to play this. End game drive. I'm not going to play this. 3rd down alert, dude. Come on, just score a touchdown. Can Barnett get this easy touchdown? Yeah, I got that easy touchdown for sure. That's going to be the end of the game. 20-31 is now the score, and that should be the game. 31-20. I don't want to hop into this game. 31-20 as we're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs to move on to the conference championship. In the conference championship, we had to play the 9-8 Ravens, who really aren't a 9-8 team. Then the Chiefs. Now we have to play the 14-3 Los Angeles Chargers. I know it's like supposed to get harder as you progress through the playoffs, obviously, but sometimes, like, can I please get like someone easier, like the Colts in simulation? Their playbooks suck. That's why they're 6-11 at the bottom of the division right now. But for now, let's just move into it. Here we are against the Los Angeles Chargers. They're going to start out with 7 on their opening drive. We're going to respond with 7, put another 7 on the board, put another 3 on the board, put another 7 on the board, crushing that Chargers defense right here. 31-7 at half. Open up the half with a punt. That's fine. Dominated so hard. Defense is holding up very nicely. That's going to be the game. Easy breezy conference championship here. I don't know what I was talking about before. Let's move in to the Super Bowl. Here we are in the Super Bowl, and the Eagles lost their last game against the Chiefs in simulation, so they're looking to finally get a Super Bowl win here as they're 0-2 in their last 2 Super Bowls, trying to make it 1-2 here. But we are going to be here to, of course, stop that. Poor wording by my part, but it's fine. Barnett, superstar dev. Stevens, I don't know who this is. Looks like the AI got a superstar tight end. Or is it a superstar fullback? It's probably a superstar tight end. Uncle gets superstar dev. Jackson goes up to superstar dev immediately. Defensively, what do we got? Phillips is an X factor now. L'Jarius Sneed goes up to superstar. That's nice because, of course, he's the title of the rebuild. And Gray already is up to a 91 overall. That was a W trade for Will Levis. But let's see if we can beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl to cap off this rebuild. Here we are against the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to start out with 3. We punt in our opponent's territory instead of kicking a field goal when I have Dicker the kicker, baby. And it is 10-7 here, 13-7. Get points before half, 10-13 at half. Open up half with a touchdown, finally taking our first lead of the game. And 24-13. Defense holding strong until I say that, of course, they let up a touchdown. 4th and 2 for the Eagles. Make them kick the field goal. And did they go for this? Game is on the line. They went for it. 3rd down again, and they punted the ball. No, they kicked a field goal, but it's 24-24. We got the game on the line here. I got 3 timeouts. Let's try and move this. 2nd and 8. Yes, I'm running a screen here. They got 2 X Factors on me. Oh, nice block up the field by my offensive lineman. Take a timeout here. 28 seconds left. Could have Tony Pollard on this wheel route. It could be nasty, but Y is actually going to be wide open underneath Jackson. Get out of bounds, and he also gets a 1st and 10. 23 seconds left with 2 timeouts. 1st and 10. Let's see what we got here. B is going to be wide open. That's going to be underneath Traylon Burks. He's going to get us a little bit more yards. 2nd and 2. 18 seconds left. I might just run this ball with my final timeout just to get a little bit closer to field goal range. Actually, they are pressed up on Glover here. I'm going to do the scat here, the scat pack. See what happens. Oh, gets torched over the top. Glover over the top, and he gets down. 13 seconds left. I'm going to run this down to 2 seconds left, and then I'm going to take my field goal. Dicker, the kicker, is on the field. They didn't ice. It's up. It's good. The Tennessee Titans are going to win the Super Bowl 27-24, handing the Eagles their third Super Bowl loss in their past 3 Super Bowls. Eagles fans are in shambles, and Ryan Tannehill, Part 2, wins the Super Bowl for the Tennessee Titans with L'Jarius Sneed, as L'Jarius Sneed claims another Super Bowl ring. Your Super Bowl MVP is Jalen Phillips. Jalen Hurts wins the league MVP, but not the Super Bowl MVP. Clifton Jackson wins Rookie of the Year, and that will be the rebuild. I thank you guys all for watching. This was definitely a successful rebuild, as you can see, with L'Jarius Sneed, as he claims another Super Bowl ring. With all these rings, he probably will be a Hall of Famer because he's a great DB, and the rings really boost him up there. But anyways, guys, apart from that, thank you guys all once again for watching. Make sure you like and or subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.